How's it going, guys? Another day, another video. Today I want to talk about getting a colonic hydrotherapy. What is that? Well, this is where they basically put a tube in your butt and you poop a lot. That's what it is. You might have heard about it before. I'm sure you've heard about enemas and things like that. I know in Wolf of Wall Street they had one. It was a funny scene, but basically it's the same thing. You basically stick a tube in your butt and they use liquid, warm, cool water and goes into your colon, and it encourages you to poop, and you poop it out of your system. Now, it's generally used as for certain invasive procedures and things like that, but it's kind of controversial in other communities because what's known for and the proponents of the hydrotherapy or the cleansing is that it cleans all the gunk out of your system. It gets the junk and the gunk out of your system. It cleans you out and basically just does you, it just gives you like a new you become revitalized, you feel better, you can release a lot of inflammation and things like that. Now for me, I didn't end up paying for it. I had somebody I knew who did it and they invited me and I ended up getting in on theirs to try it one time. For me, I have, as you know, we all have inflammation from diets, but I've always had it. I'm a strict eater. I don't eat corn, sugar, wheat, or any dairy products. I make my food from scratch, no red meat. I drink lots of water and all of that. But I get the headaches and the joint pain when I eat certain foods. And I know I have food allergies and intolerances that have built up over the years from what I've eaten. So I said, hey, I'm gonna, give it a try and see what I think. Now, what I generally hear is that people say it's, a fraud, it's fake, it's no good. It's a bunch of BS. You can't, your body cleanses its own system out on its own and you don't need to do it. But I'm going to give you my opinions on it and I'm going to tell you how the whole procedure went. So basically I went there, what they told me beforehand was no solid foods about 3 hours before and no meat, no hard meat for the rest of the day and no starches like oatmeal and foods like that. So no starchy type foods. I couldn't, like I said, no meat for the rest of the day. From what I understood, if I did the procedure at 2 in the afternoon, I wake up at 2 in the morning, I could eat then. I could eat whatever I wanted to. It's just for the rest of that day. I have to wait a full 24 hours. So that was what they told me. I drank some water. I made sure I was hydrated before. I think from what I'm saying, I was supposed to drink water, or at least like a couple hours before I ate either. But I went in, I did it. Now what happened was I was instructed to take off my pants and my underwear, obviously. I had to sit on a large, it's like kind of like a bed, except it had like a, I guess like a toilet, almost like there were two, you put 2 feet here and here. I might have to get a photo. I'm probably gonna have a photo on and with the video so you can kind of see what it looks like. But you put 2 feet here and here and you sit down like this. You put your legs up and you sit. And there's a tube of lube on it and you're supposed to put it in your rectum. My recommendation is take your time. It's going to be rough. It's not going to be too painful. Just kind of slide it in. Once you get it in, they'll instruct you to let them know. I don't know. In my case, I had to do it myself. Now, sometimes they may do it for you. Some people lay on their side and have it inserted. I did it myself. Now, once I did that, they poured some warm water. Of course, like kind of cool water into me, and it started coming in, and then it encouraged me to relieve myself. Now, what you don't want to do, which is what I did at first, you don't want to hold it in. I thought I was letting it out, but you're supposed to let it out. Basically, what you're going to be doing, to be blunt, is you're going to be taking a dump for about 20, 30, maybe 40 minutes. It could be about 25 minutes, I'd say. But you're going to be taking a nice long dump. So it's going to feel weird. It's going to feel nasty, and it is nasty to me. But you're going to be taking a nice long dump. So just let it out, and if you don't, you're going to cramp up. When I did, and I was cramping up really, really badly. It started hurting. But once I just started letting it out, it just, it was like, basically it's like diarrhea. It was just messy. It was splashing around and ran all up the bowl. I could feel it behind me now. I was laying on a big mat, like a big cover towel type of thing, but it felt like, I had my shirt on, but I rolled my shirt up because I didn't want to get it nasty. I'm glad I didn't dress up nice for this because I was out all day doing some outdoor, I was working on something, so I was dressing more outdoor stuff, clothes, and I'm glad I did because, by the way, you do not want to dress nice for this, and don't bother taking a shower or anything for this. When you finish, you will want to take a shower, believe me. So 25 minutes of this, and I basically relieved myself of a bunch of poop, basically, and after that they added some pressure to the water a little bit during, and then it was over. So after that, I cleaned myself up. I got a hose, I sprayed underneath, wiped myself up, cleaned up, and washed my hands a bunch of times, and then I left. They gave me some probiotics and a cup. So that's the whole experience. Like I said, it's Don't eat before, a couple hours before. You can't eat for the rest of the day. If you do it, you will basically be taking a long dump, a bunch of dumps over and over again. It'll be a big diarrhea. I'm just trying to be as real as possible. That's what it is. So be wary of that, and just, that's what you're going to be doing. So get comfortable with it. And, these people see it all the time. So don't feel embarrassed. Just the quicker you get it over with, the quicker you can be done with it. So if you choose to do it. So I'm going to let you know what happened after what they recommend and how I feel about it. Okay, so talking about my experience with the colonic hydrotherapy and what I went through, how it felt and what I did. So basically give me some probiotics and I left. Now you're not supposed to eat any meats or any hard meats for the rest of the day. You can have fish, that's it. You're not supposed to have eggs, chicken, nothing, no starches, no oatmeal type foods. You're supposed to wait for the rest of the day. When I got home, it was like 5. My appointment was at 4. I was driving the drive across town. I left at 2:30, got home about 6. I usually go to bed early anyways. I just took a shower and retired for the night. You can have vegetables and things like that. I woke up around midnight or so to have my green beans. I cooked something to eat, and then I was good to go. But you will want to take probiotics because they're going to put the healthy bacteria back in your stomach because you flushed it all out of your system. You don't want to have an absence of that. Now, and also, that's one thing you want to keep in mind now. The people who are against it say, there's no scientific proof it works. There's no scientific proof it works. Your body cleanses its own toxins out. And there's some degree of truth to this. Now, I want to say myself, I definitely am not a fad jumper. I believe in just eating a healthy diet, having vitamins and minerals. You guys know I am. I don't take a lot of medicine unless the only thing I take is antihistamine, unless I have like something really bad happen. I don't really touch a lot of medicine really ever. I don't jump on any fads or trends. I'm not one of those. But at the same time, I don't always agree with everything the doctors always say, because a lot of them just want you to take medicine and stuff like that. When a lot of times, most problems I think with most people are daily habits based on their bad choices and how they take care of themselves in their day-to-day life. And what I like to do is teach people good habits to take care of themselves. Now, when you flush this stuff out of your system, you're gonna flush the bacteria out. Now, you're gonna have good and bad bacteria in your stomach. If you flush a lot of the good ones out, that's bad. So you want to add the probiotics to add them back in. Now with me, I had inflammation and things like that. And this is what they tell me, it's supposed to help with it. Now, like I said, I just got it done yesterday. So I'm going to give you, I'm going to keep you guys updated a little over the time. During the course of the video, I'm going to discuss it with you if you have any questions about it. Right now, for me, when I finished it, when I first finished it, I felt my stomach was kind of like, ugh, for a second, but it wasn't horrible, but I had a little slight queasy feeling. Then it went away. Now today I have a little bit of it comes and goes, like a mild, kind of a queasy-ish feeling, but that's it. I don't feel horrible or anything. I probably won't go out. I have work to do at home anyways. I wouldn't go out and like socialize or party or do anything like that. I wouldn't be out a lot. I went out to do a quick errand, but other than that, I feel pretty much fine now. From what I've heard people say, a lot of people who have acne problems say it helps their skin. Now, I'm guessing that's because of inflammation in their gut. Your gut inflammation has a lot to do with your body, your joints, your skin. So there could be some truth to that. Like I said, I don't discredit those claims, but I can't, there's no hard scientific evidence either. It doesn't mean it's bad, but there's a lot of things people do that's herbal. A lot of people are against fasting. Now, I don't fast, but I have a strict diet. My recommendation overall, get the procedure if you want to. I don't think you need to, they're businesses, so they're gonna want you to come up there all the time because that's how they make their money. It's gonna cost you about 50 to 100 bucks, maybe 120 bucks or so per visit, depending on where you get it and who you get it from. So it will add up in price. Now, some people, some of the people there say they do it every week. Definitely don't do it that much. You don't need to, unless I wouldn't recommend it, because there's some people who had health issues getting it done too. So you have to always be careful with your electrolyte level and make sure you never had any invasive surgery recently, any hemorrhoids. I'm gonna get it done this one time and I'm gonna see how I feel about it. And like I said, I eat healthy. I already take care of myself and keep myself clean. So that's my recommendation, is to just keep yourself clean, drink plenty of water, eat fiber, you'll flush your own toxins out. Don't eat all the junk, cut out on the processed food, the sugar, the wheat, the dairy, the corn, all the junk that Americans love to eat. Just cut out on it and don't worry about it. When you do that, you'll have less of an issue and you'll feel a lot better. So that's my main recommendation, is don't look at this as a miracle instant solution, like you're gonna feel get just an instant magic pill to all your problems, because don't go into anything thinking that way. Look at it as something that can help a bit, and see if it does. Now, a lot of times people are gonna have a placebo effect and recommend it once they get it done because they put a lot of time and energy and money into it. like I said, I'm going to give you my feedback over time. I don't feel horrible. I don't feel like I've gotten sick, or I don't have any bad, as far as no adverse reactions to it yet. But I don't feel like I'm walking 10 feet on air either. But I'll let you know. I'm going to keep you updated. But that's my entire experience. So let me know what you think. Have you had this done? Were you thinking about having it done? Do you think it's BS? Do you think it's a good thing? Do you think it's worthwhile to pursue? As always, let me know. Like, subscribe, comment, and share, and transcend infinitely.